the leaders in the company should be the one stimulating this positive environment, because it's really important to have kindness, courtesy, respect, and discourage negativity to ensure that your digital transformation will be successful, because positivity always wins. Hey there, in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down the digital cultural transformation for your small business and how to build a positive workplace in your digital strategy. So we're just meeting. My name is Dennis Hilario, and I'm gonna give you my best thoughts and tips about digital transformation, personal improvement, creativity, and innovation. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and click the notification bell. You can also check out the notes in the below description for links that's relevant to the topic. And I'm also proud and excited to launch my new book. At the back is the cover. I'm gonna be announcing it soon and hope you guys support it. So let's jump right into the video. So back in 2013, there's this international coffee brand who opened here in the Philippines by a local exclusive franchisee. So I talked to the owner, and we were very excited in implementing an ERP system. It's a whole suite of inventory, accounting, up to the point of sale of their branches. So basically, we worked with his back office personnel to set up their inventories, and then on the operational side, we set up the POS and trained their cashier. So everything went well. They were able to open up their first branch and use the point of sale, synchronizing to their back office for the inventory and accounting. So after a few weeks, they introduced this new finance manager who were assigned to take charge of the implementation for the next subsequent branches they wanted to implement. So long story short, this person came out commenting negatively on the implementation, and she blamed the former person who implemented on their side, and they blamed us in generating wrong reports, as she said, and she antagonized the entire project. So what happened was she was let go of the company. So I'm not really sure of her motive, but I think that was the right decision. So I wanted to share this story with you for a few reasons. So number one is that it just makes me feel good because of letting this out. She really gave us a hard time. And second is that I wanted you to see that transforming your business digitally is very difficult if there's this one person who's antagonizing it or very influential in making it a failure. So in digital transformation, the most important factor is not the technology themselves, but the people who are going to run or execute the digital transformation. Just like any technology, they cannot exist alone. They need a person to be in charge of running it, right? So it would be impossible for the organization to implement this digital transformation if the mindset of the workforce is not well educated and not agile or flexible. The technology is usually a very valuable treasure in the business, but educating and empowering employee is as important in adopting the technology. So the first thing that you need to establish as a business owner is your own mindset. So you have to be on top of this project, and you have to be the champion of the digitalization, as I always say. Second, I strongly suggest that you organize a workshop for your employees and allow them to give feedback and inputs on how to execute this digitalization. So you have to encourage feedback and promote a democratic culture and environment, just to be fair with them in terms of, like, for example, drafting your IT policies, rules, and regulation. You have to show them that their inputs are also important, and you have to show them the roadmap of where it is going. It is also normal for a community to have like walls within each other from one group to another, but workshops or team buildings, like I said earlier, will surely not really eliminate but minimize this borderline between groups in each other. So another suggestion that I have is to stimulate competitiveness and cooperativeness amongst teams and its members. So it is important to also build the competitiveness amongst the teams and its members so that there's a sense of a challenge amongst them, and they are motivated in, you know, making the best culture and process in doing this digital transformation and the business process automation. One example is setting up a KPI for each team in terms of timelines and scope in implementing a certain solution, and then making sure that they are constantly monitored and rewarded on those efforts. Another thing is to instill cooperativeness amongst them, because it is important that they know that you guys are one in doing or achieving the ultimate goal of your digital transformation. Next is aligning your transformation with your company's DNA. When I say DNA, are you product centric? Are you customer centric? Are you employee centric? So it depends on your core values. Like I said, for example, if you are customer centric, probably you would want to prioritize implementing a CRM or an e-commerce solution to allow your customers to have a seamless interaction or transaction to your company. Another example is if you're employee centric, then probably you might want to prioritize the automation of your HR function, your timekeeping and payroll, including performance management and trainings amongst your employees. And if you are product centric, probably you may want to prioritize in defining your business process for your R&D and implementing collaboration tools such as Trello, Jira if you're into software development, and all that. So the first thing is to really know what is your company DNA, and that will define its direction towards your ultimate objective in digitalization. Another tip in building your digital culture is to stimulate positive environment. So basically, the leaders in the company should be the one stimulating this positive environment, because it's really important to have kindness, courtesy, respect, and discourage negativity to ensure that your digital transformation will be successful, because positivity always wins. So the next topic that I'd like to discuss is building your core team in your digital transformation. Initially, you don't need to really involve all employees. Yes, in the workshop you can do that, but once you start your implementation, I believe it has to be executed by the core team. So ideally, there's you as the business owner who's on top, and or you have a CIO or Chief Information Officer who will help you on the technical side, if not you. And then ideally, there's this team leaders on each department. So one team leader for sales, one team leader for HR, one team leader for R&D, and all that, to identify and really establish the business process amongst the departments and how you communicate within the organization. It's important to know that not everyone is computer savvy. Even you yourself as a business owner would not be computer savvy. So I think the first step is awareness, but building a team who will execute the culture that we want to implement, and like digital policies and training, is really important. So as a business owner and you're technology savvy, there's no problem. But if not, then finding the right partner, like your Chief Information Officer in-house or a third party, is both viable. So how do you find the right partner? So regardless of the option, if it's in-house or a third party, the criteria of finding the right partner will apply. So while it's difficult to find someone who knows everything, like who knows the technical foundation, who knows business processes and all that, but I believe the core knowledge that should be in their resume, number one is that he or she should be knowledgeable at least on the on-premise infrastructure of your company, your cloud infrastructure, your cybersecurity, and at least an experience in implementing one business process automation, just like an accounting system, an ERP or a CRM. Then again, once you found your CIO, then it's about time to really involve the team leaders to collaborate with the strategy on how to implement the digital transformation. So, with that being said, I believe in any organization, regardless if you are doing a digital transformation or another project or initiative, building a positive culture is really important for its success. So, and there are many ways on top of this video in how to build culture. It's up to you as the business owner again to define and direct what type of culture you want to implement in your organization. So, question: what tip can you give us in building a positive culture in your organization, especially in digital transformation? Please put your comments in the below section. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and smash the like button and check out the below links. So DX your life and business. Have a great day.